Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So today we are going to start with chapter 9 of part 2. The name of the chapter is Environmental Management. This is a reading chapter, so you may keep your textbooks open, okay, while listening to the lecture. First, can you recall how does the atmosphere affect our daily life? Okay, so the name of the chapter is Environmental Management. You have been studying about environment from your lower classes. What do you mean by environment? The surroundings, which consists of atmosphere and different types of ecosystem. You have studied about ecosystem also. Okay, so environment means the study of atmosphere, climate, weather, etc. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to study about that. Before that, the question, how does the atmosphere affect our daily life? Okay, how does the atmosphere affect us? It helps us to keep us warm. Okay, the temperature on the surface of the earth is due to the particular gas carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere. It protects us from harmful radiations and it provides us with oxygen. It provides the living organisms with oxygen and carbon dioxide to plants. Okay, next, forecasts about which weather related factors are given during the news bulletins on Doordarshan and Akashvani. You might have seen the weather forecast. In the weather forecast, they give us information about clouds, okay, about cloud cover, rain, then snowfall, wind speed, temperature. Especially we look for the temperature at different regions on the surface of the earth. Okay, so weather forecast give us information about cloud cover, rain, snowfall, then temperature and wind speed. Now we are going to the chapter. The first part of the chapter are the two terms, weather and climate. We will see the difference between weather and climate. I have written it here, you may see. I have differentiated weather and climate into two parts. What do you mean by weather and what do you mean by climate? Weather. It refers to the atmospheric conditions at a specific time at a particular place. Okay, so you might have seen weather forecast. The news which we get on TVs and radios is weather forecast. It is never climate forecast. Okay, it is weather forecast. So what is weather? It refers to the atmospheric conditions at a specific time. Okay, at a specific time. You might have heard on radios, it is raining heavily in Mumbai. Okay, so it means that at that specific time, at that time rain is there in that place. Okay, so what does weather refer to? It refers to the atmospheric conditions at a specific time at a particular place. Whereas climate of a particular region is the average of daily readings of various weather related parameters recorded for several years. Okay, since several years, whatever has been occurring at that particular time at that particular place, that is said to be climate. So nowadays you might have seen we are getting very less rainfall. Okay, we are getting very less rainfall. So the weather will be, whether it is going to rain or whether it is not going to rain. You might have seen in weather forecast 20% chances, 30% chances of getting rain. Whereas climate, what is the climate now? It is rainy season. Even if there is no rain, then we still call it as rainy season. Okay, why? Because since several years there has been rain. Okay, since several years there had been rain, so the particular time is said to be rainy season. So what is a climate? Climate of a particular region is the average of daily readings of various weather related parameters recorded for several years. Now the second point, it is a short-term condition in the atmosphere. It is a short-term condition of the atmosphere. Short-term, whether it is for 1 hour, 2 hour or maximum of 24 hours. Okay, otherwise they will give you the forecast that within 48 days we will be receiving more amount of rainfall. Okay, so within 48 days, so it is about not 48 days, within 48 hours, so it will be within 2 days. Okay, so 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, so it is a short time. Okay, so it is a short term condition of the atmosphere. Whereas climate, it is a long term predominant condition of the atmosphere. For several days it is there, so it is said to be predominant. Predominant means which is mostly seen, okay, which is mostly occurring. So in summer season, mostly out of consider 90 days, we are having maximum days, about 80 days there will be sunlight. Okay, sunlight means you will be getting more amount of temperature at that time. You might be getting lesser temperature, cloud cover, one day there will be a rain, there will be some differences. Still about 10 days, I am telling it to you as an example. Okay, so it is a long term predominant condition of the atmosphere. I told you about the number of days only to explain what do you mean by predominant. Predominant means which is seen in higher quantities. Okay, next, the changes in weather may occur for short periods of time. Okay, the changes in weather. Okay, one day it might not rain, another day it might not rain, but the third day it will rain. It occurs like that. So the changes in weather may occur for a short period of time. The changes in climate may occur slowly over a much long duration. You might have seen rainy season we are having for about 4 months, winter season for about 4 months. So the duration is long. So the changes in climate may occur slowly over a much longer duration. So this is the difference between weather and climate. Basically weather is a short term, climate is a long term. Okay, so we will see the textbook now. Page number 96. Weather and climate. Atmospheric conditions at a specific time at a particular place are referred to as weather. Atmospheric conditions depend upon a variety of factors. Okay, now what are the factors affecting the weather? Here they have given weather related and climatic factors, figure 9.1. It is an important question. You could get the blanks. Okay, or the boxes as blanks, you have to fill in the blanks, or otherwise the question will be what are the factors affecting weather or a climate. Weather related climatic factors include sunlight, clouds, humidity, rainfall, visibility, temperature and atmospheric pressure. You might have heard that some cyclone is coming because there is a low pressure region which have been developed. So atmospheric pressure is a factor which affects the forecast, that is the weather or the climate at a particular region. Sunlight, okay, whether there is more amount of sunlight or less amount of sunlight. Clouds, whether there is cloud cover or not. Humidity, whether it is more humid or less humid. Rainfall, the rainfall in a particular region. Visibility, you might have heard about the fog in Delhi and winter season. In winter seasons we get large amount of fog and the visibility decreases. Okay, so these are the weather related climatic factors. It is a 2-mark question. We will come back to the textbook. Now you may see changes in weather. Climate does not change continuously. Climate is that which remains constant in a region for a longer duration. Thus we see that the weather is related to a specific location and specific time, whereas climate is related to a longer duration and larger area. Changes in weather may occur for short periods of time, whereas changes in climate takes place slowly over a much longer duration. These points I have written it here. Now the next paragraph, climate plays an important role in our day-to-day life. It influences our basic needs like food, clothing and shelter, as well as our occupations. Okay, so the climate decides which type of food we should eat, which type of shelter we should be having. Okay, and climate is especially important for an agrarian country like India. Agrarian means agricultural. Various climatic factors like direction and speed of wind, temperature, atmospheric pressure, etc. are considered during construction of runways, seaports, huge bridges, skyscrapers, etc. You might have seen on Discovery Channel the making of Burj Khalifa. Okay, the making of Burj Khalifa. What is Burj Khalifa? It is the tallest building, okay, so which is in Dubai. So you might have seen that, if you might have seen, they have very clearly explained how they studied about the wind direction, about the particular amount of wind which will be flowing through that particular place, about the temperature and about the height. Okay, so the climate has to be considered. Various climatic factors like direction, speed of wind, temperature, atmospheric pressure, etc. are considered during construction of runways, seaports, huge bridges, skyscrapers, etc. Now there is a question, use your brain power. Which factors are affected favorably or unfavorably by climate? What must we do to minimize this effect? Okay, so climate decides. They have some favorable effects and unfavorable effects also. I'll tell you about the favorable effects. According to the climate, we decide our diet. Okay, climate at a particular place, we decide our diet, clothing, housing, occupation and lifestyle of the people. It plays an important role in the formation of soil at a particular place. It affects the vegetation in a particular region. What are the type of crops which could be cultivated in a particular region? These all are decided by the climate. Now you may move on to page number 97. Think and discuss. Human progress is related to a conducive climate and geography. Conducive means contributing. So geography and climate, it contributes to human progress. What do you mean by that? We mean that at a particular place progresses according to the climatic conditions at that region. For example, better transportation, easy accessibility to daily commodities, clean environment. Okay, these are the factors which are required for making up a city. Okay, so if you have to build up a city, you have to or otherwise, I will tell you an example. When we are taking houses, when we buy a house, then we look for the amenities which we are getting. Okay, about the amenities means whether there is gymnasium, whether there is playground, whether there are commodities available nearby. Okay, useful commodities which are available nearby. Okay, and about transport, we see all these things. Okay, so human progress is related to contributive climate and geography. Human beings have designed a time schedule for their lives based upon centuries of climatic experiences. Okay, so India is an agricultural country. You have studied about kharif crops and rabi crops. Okay, for kharif crops, the time is from July to October. Okay, so July to October, particular crops are cultivated in that climate. Okay, because the climate is favorable for their growth, so we grow those crops in that particular climate. So human beings have designed a time schedule. Third one, scientists find it necessary to study climate in view of its effect on agricultural production. Why? Because basically we depend upon climate for agricultural crop production. Next, towards the right, a special day. 23rd March is observed as World Meteorological Day. Next is the next box below, importance of weather in the living world. It is a reading part. Okay, you may read that part and you may mark important points. I'll just discuss it. Daily weather as also long-term climatic conditions influence human lifestyle directly or indirectly. Land, water bodies, plants and animals collectively form the natural environment on Earth. This environment is responsible for the development of organisms. Second, the climate of a particular region helps to determine diet, clothing, housing, occupations and lifestyle of that particular region. So, third, salinity of marine water formation of oceanic currents, water cycle, etc. are all related to various weather and climatic factors. Various climatic factors bring about weathering of rocks. You might have heard about weathering of rocks, that is also due to climatic changes. Climate plays a very important role in the formation and enrichment of soil. Microbes in the soil play an important role in the formation of organic materials. This process depends upon various climatic factors. Okay, you may just read that part. Now below that, next paragraph, while ascertaining the climate of a particular region, a review of earlier studies of various aspects of the climate is important. You might have heard about observatories, you might have heard about meteorology departments. What is happening, what is done in those particular places? They study about the climate since several years, okay, and on that they can predict the future. Okay, now we will see the next paragraph. If present climatic conditions are analyzed with reference to past climatic conditions, we can predict climatic changes of the future. However, as climate is the net result of complex mixture of various atmospheric factors, forecasting it is a very complicated process. So in those regions where the weather is changing fast, in those regions determining a climate is not easy. To decide about what the weather will be the next day, it is not easy. So forecasting is easy for places where climatic changes are slow and of a limited nature. However, climatic changes are where climatic changes are complex, interdependent and rapid. Rapid means fast, making forecasts very difficult. Okay, now we may move on to the next clip. Now the next topic is about meteorology. On page number 98, what is meteorology? The first statement is the definition of that. The science that studies the interrelationship between the various components of air, natural cycles, geological movements of the earth and climate is called as meteorology. So meteorology is the study of various things which are taking place on the surface of the earth and the climate and the geography of a particular region. I will repeat the statement, you may see the textbook. The science that studies the interrelationships between various components of air, natural cycles means carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, water cycle, etc. geological movements of the earth and climate is called meteorology. Now what does its study include? What do we study in meteorology? That is given in the next paragraph. Meteorology includes the study of storms, clouds, rainfall, thunder, lightning, etc. Depending upon the study of such factors, weather forecasts are made. They are useful to common people, farmers, fisheries, aviation services, water transport and various other organizations. Okay, so these two paragraphs are important. Now I'll discuss those two boxes which has been given. Institutes at work. The World Meteorological Organization was established by the United Nations Organization on 23rd March 1950. Okay, you may underline that. Next, using ICT, they have given some full forms. You may understand that. World Meteorological Organization, that is WMO, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, that is IITM, National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. Okay, these are the full forms, okay, of those short forms given. Next is about India Meteorological Department, short form is IMD. Okay, the India Meteorological Department was founded by British in 1875 at Shimla. Its head office is in Pune and its regional offices are at Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Nagpur and Delhi. Maps are prepared every day which indicate the daily predictions about weather. Such maps are prepared and published twice in every 24 hours. In this institute, research goes on continuously on various aspects like instruments for climatic readings, predictions about climate made using radar, predictions about climate related to seismology, predictions regarding rainfall by satellites, air pollutions, etc. Okay, now the next paragraph is the function of IMD. Okay, how IMD help us? The India Meteorological Department provides important information regarding weather and climatic conditions to other departments like aviation, shipping, agriculture, irrigation, marine, oil exploration and production. So all these people require weather forecast, and they depend upon weather because they depend upon weather for its functioning. Okay, so who does the weather forecast? The weather forecast is done by IMD, so that is its function. Predictions regarding calamities like dust storms, sandstorms, heavy rainfall, hot and cold waves, tsunami, etc. are communicated to various departments, all types of mass communication media and citizens. We may mark till there. This is the function. So, function of IMD. What do they do? Okay, next. For this purpose, India has launched several satellites equipped with high-class technology. Okay, now we may move on to the next topic, that is monsoon model and climate prediction. So for climate prediction or weather forecast, we are having some machineries or some devices with the help of which we decide what the weather could be. Okay, for that there are several kind of models. In that paragraph, in the next paragraph, they have given some history about those models. We may see the tradition of forecasting the monsoon season in India is older than 100 years. After the famine of 1877, H.F. Blandford, the founder of IMD, okay, you may underline the founder of IMD, H.F. Blandford, it could be an objective, had such a prediction for the first time, taking the snowfall in the Himalayas as a parameter for his prediction. You may underline that also. What was his parameter? Parameter was the snowfall in the Himalayas. In the decade of the 1930s, the then director of IMD, Sir Gilbert Walker, had underlined the relationship between various worldwide climatic factors and Indian monsoon, and based on available observations and previous readings related to this relationship, he put forth a hypothesis regarding the nature of the monsoon. So he studied about the various climatic factors all over the world and compared it to that of monsoon in India, and he put forward a model that what that climate could be at a particular time in India. With the initiative of Dr. Vasantrao Gowarikar in the decade of 1990s, a monsoon model based upon 16 worldwide climatic parameters was developed. This model was in use from 1990 to 2002. Now, in our textbook, they have given 3 models. Okay, you may see here I have written the 3 models: mathematical model, holistic model, and statistical model. Okay, in mathematical model, what is done, it is a model which works on mathematical calculations. Okay, there is a supercomputer, and in that the data of previous years have been fed. Okay, it is fed in that, and based on that the computer will do calculations, mathematical calculations, and will predict the weather. Okay, here in holistic model, this is a collection of different types of models. There are different types of models. We cannot name those models. Okay, consider there are about 10 models. The weather forecast of all those models are taken, and the average value is taken, and based on that average decision, average statement, the particular weather forecast is made. The third one is statistical model. You might have seen graphs where in 1990 how much was there, in 1980 how much was there, then 2000 and 2010, in a particular interval of time, what is the statistics given. According to the statistics, the weather forecast is made. So there are different models. We will discuss mathematical model. Forecasts are made with the help of mathematical models which take into account estimates of current weather related events and ongoing physical interactions between them. Data about current climatic parameters is mathematically analyzed with the help of Param supercomputer. Okay, we are having Param supercomputer. We means in India, in Maharashtra we are having it. Various mathematical models based upon daily geographic events are developed by supercomputer technology. So the first mathematical model is based on supercomputer technology. Now towards the right, holistic model. In this model, predictions are based upon those parameters used in other models which have the greatest effect on monsoon. Nowadays, predictions declared by IMD are collective outcome of various models. This is called a holistic model. Now the next is statistical model. In this model, current climatic observations in a region are compared with earlier parameters such as oceanic temperature, atmospheric pressure, and the nature of monsoon rainfall over several years. For several years, what were the conditions at those times? It has been seen, it has been studied, and the average value is taken, and according to that, the monsoon is predicted. So this data is comparatively analyzed by statistical methods, and predictions are made about the monsoon in the present conditions. So these three are asked. Next, towards the left, presently new models are being developed at the IITM. Work is in progress at two levels, namely designing new models and developing new technology. The main focus is on development of the radar system and satellite technology. Now there is an always remember part. We will just read that. Any meteorological model depends upon the interrelationship between parameters used in that model and the results expected from it. However, as these interrelationship with reference to ocean and atmosphere are never constant, meteorological models need to be changed continually, okay, because the earth's conditions are changing continuously, so you have to change the models also. So this much for today. So today we learned about weather, climate, and the meteorology, the definition of meteorology. What does the study of meteorology include, what is IMD, what are the functions of IMD, and what are the different models of weather forecast. What are the different models? Mathematical model, holistical model, and statistical model. This much you have to learn from this part. Okay, thank you.